बोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमिमा मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ज्ञानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः We have been seeing in the 34th verse we saw Tadvidhi. Can you hear in the back? Yeah. Tadvidhi, little more. Tadvidhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya. Tadvidhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya. So there is this very important verse in the 4th chapter, how to gain this knowledge, which has been lauded in the previous verses. After all, this chapter is called what? Jnana, Karma, not Samuchaya, that's a different thing. Jnana, Karma, Sannyasa. Jnanena, Karma, Sannyasa. Karmanaha sannyasa, karma sannyasa, the giving up of actions cognitively through the knowledge, regardless of one's station in life or whatever one is doing. So this is what is jnana karma sannyasa. So the karma portion was addressed earlier, and then the jnana portion was addressed from verses 24 onwards. And then it culminates in this teaching, Tadvidhi, know this by going to a teacher. Yesterday we had a question in the satsang. What was the question? If I have some ideas of Vedanta that are self-generated, right? And then there are some ideas of Vedanta that are Shastra generated. Which one should I go with? That was the question. So that question is answered here in this verse, thankfully, very, very directly. Because if I have questions regarding if I have ideas regarding Vedanta, then those are what? Buddhi Janaka ideas produced by the buddhi, and the buddhi is not operating in a vacuum by itself. It is operating according to one's cultural milieu. Buddhi means the faculty of thinking, intellect, and it is operating in a cultural milieu, social milieu, and then one's own familial milieu, what is one's family, one's background, etc. Everything influences the buddhi. And so Vedanta, if our buddhi could give, then this verse would not be there. Vedanta only can be given by the Shastra, because whatever the buddhi generates is within the scope of the five means of knowledge. Sense organs, comparison, two kinds of inferences, and the cognition of absence. This is all we can operate. This operation has to be done for us, which is a completely different thing. So therefore, the buddhi cannot really teach Vedanta on its own, unless it has already been taught. A taught buddhi can then teach others or teach oneself, then it doesn't matter. So then, if there is any kind of a discrepancy between my idea of Vedanta and Shastra's idea of Vedanta, my idea of Vedanta must be dropped. That is what is called pranipada, dropping all ideas. When you fall on the floor, pranipada, sashtanga namaskara, all ideas also are dropped. Then pariprashna, asking relevant questions. And then what else? Then seva. We have to gain this knowledge. Then, of course, nobody does anything without knowing why we are doing it. So the jnana phalam is going to be talked about. 3 or 4 jnana phalams. First one, I'll just list first, and then we will see them in the verses. One is mohanashanam, the destruction of delusion. And here we talk of 2 kinds of delusion. What should I do? Day-to-day delusion, like Arjuna is having. Should I fight this war? Should I not fight this? Or this is the delusion. Delusion number 1, conflict in the day-to-day. I want something, but I am having something else, this kind of a conflict. Then day-to-day delusion. And then what else? And the moha, the ocean of delusion, in the sense of ajnanam. Both the delusions are gone. Mohanashanam. First one, the destruction of delusion, both in the vyavaharika and the paramarthika, in the everyday reality and the absolute reality. This thing is, the moha is destroyed. Then what is the second phala? The second phala is Aikya Darshanam, seeing Bhagavan everywhere. Everywhere, this is so much fun. I will be happy seeing Bhagavan at least one place. But here, what is the promise? You will see only Bhagavan everywhere. Very nice, wonderful. So, you will see only Bhagavan. Everywhere you will see only what? Bhagavan. So what is the first one? Mohanashanam, and each one builds up on the other. Mohanashena Aikya Darshanam, seeing oneness everywhere, and oneness means Bhagavan, seeing Bhagavan everywhere. And then the third one is Papanashanam, the dropping of karma, especially papa. This was also asked in the satsang yesterday. We had a nice discussion about Papa being going, so Papa Nashana. And then it's not enough only for the Papa to go. Punya is there and Prarabdha is there, and so that's the 4th phalam, Sarva Karma Nasha. So in this manner, 4 outcomes of Atma Jnanam are given. So understanding these outcomes, the hope is Lord Krishna thinks that we will all have a desire to learn. So in the next 2-3 verses, we will see this and I will point it out. So next one. 35. Yajñātvā na punarmoham evam yasyasi pandava yena bhūtānyasheshena द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यथो मयि. Yeah, that's a mouthful, but you did well. Api chedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakrittamah sarvam jnanaplavenaiv vrijinam santarishyasi yathaidhamsi samiddhogni भस्मसात् कुरुते अर्जुन. ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा. So in these 3 verses, all the 4 outcomes are given, and in so doing, the glory of Atma Jnanam is sung in these verses. Let us take a look. So, Yad Jnatva, knowing which, Punar Moham, again falling into confusion, falling into delusion. You will not have. Naya evam, in this manner, means like how you are in delusion just now. This kind of delusion you will not fall into once you gain the knowledge. Yes, you see, you will not go there. You will never again be deluded. It's not like something has gone away. Somebody has stomach pain, and then they take a tablet, goes away. And then after 1 day, what happens? Comes back. No, this is not Jnanam tablet. Although there is an Ayurvedic tablet known as Jnanavalli, which is very, very popular in Anekatti during the 3-year course, because it helps with memory. Sanskrit sutras, everybody takes. Everybody has a endless supply of Jnanavalli. So it is not that Jnanam tablet. What is it? This is not something that you are dependent upon. You take the tablet, it is made up of, what is that, Brahmi leaves and all for memory. It's not like that. It's not a Jnanam tablet which suppresses the delusion. And then after that, when the pill wears off, then the delusion returns. No. That's why the definition of Upanishad, 3-fold definition of Upanishad was given at the beginning of the Mundaka study. Then what were they? Shadlri. Shadlri, that is the dhatu. Shadl. Avasadayati. Visharati. First Visharati disperses. Disperses means like the fog. Today it is there, tomorrow it is gone, day after tomorrow it's back. No, not back. Today it is gone, never back. That's why the next meaning, unmulayati, uproots along with the root. What is the root cause of delusion? Ajnana, avidya. And avidya gone, delusion won't come back. Avasadayati. So, and then Brahma Gamayati, by taking one to Brahman, to the truth of oneself, all these are destroyed. So this is not like a temporary suppression or a temporary stoppage of the moha. It's a permanently gone. even though it's hard to believe. We have to see this because later on we'll get some reasons why we have to see it like this. So, evam jnatva, in this manner, when you know what happens, punar moham nayasyasi, he Pandava. Who is Pandava here? Okay, Arjuna. It's not like the whole army is being addressed. It is Arjuna. He Pandava. And then you will not again, never again, come under the spell of delusion. So this is the first jnana phala. First phala. What did we say? Mohanashanam. So this is moha. Moha means delusion. And the delusion is of two kinds. One is the empirical life, in the everyday life. What to do, what not to do. I started with Hamlet. To be or not to be? That is the question. Like this, you can keep on having so many things. Delusion, and later on he will say doubt also. Doubt is also, he will say, is a form of delusion. Should I do this? Should I do that? No, I have a doubt. If I do this, something bad may happen. If I don't do this, also something bad may happen. What to do now? This is the delusion in the everyday. The root cause of the everyday delusion is the original delusion in the form of avidya, atmajnanam, self-ignorance. Self-ignorance is maha delusion, big delusion. Self-ignorance gone, then that guidance comes because one is not under the spell of ragadveshas. The local everyday delusion is because of the influence of ragadveshas, pulling you this way, pulling you that way. Here there is no pulling because I know that I am everything. And whatever needs to be done, I do because the ragadveshas and the severe desires and preferences, prejudices do not interfere. So moha with regard to what? The paramarthika level, moha with regard to my own nature. Previously I thought I am a mortal, I have problems and nobody loves me, everybody is angry with me. I never get what I want and I never get what I deserve, and I am entitled to this but somebody else gets this. I am the kind of person, I am always the last in line, and by the time I come, whatever it is I am in the line for is exhausted and they close the window as soon as I stand there. If I am waiting for a bus, the conductor goes ding ding and the bus also goes. Even though I am saying wait, this is my prarabdha. What is wrong with me? This is all existential questions, fears, pains, sorrows. That is the result of Atma Ajnana. With Atma Jnanam, one understands two things. One understands that the first thing, that my self-worth is not dependent on whether I catch the bus or miss the bus. First thing, very important. My self-worth is not dependent on external circumstances, relationships with people, objects, situations, circumstances, things, events. My self-worth is dependent upon me. This is a very important thing to know in terms of removal of delusion. This is what it looks like. So the first thing is my self-worth is not dependent on external situations at all. And second, even if supposing I had the worst prarabdha in the whole world, I was Mr. Bad Luck, Miss Bad Luck. Let's say that. Let's say that maybe objectively it is true. Then also it doesn't matter. Why? Because prarabdha is as though. Prarabdha is as though. So I expect the day to go badly. When it doesn't, I'm pleasantly surprised. I throw myself a party. Very nice. I expect things to go wrong. Murphy's law. There is one Murphy's law. Whatever is meant to go wrong, it will. It definitely will go wrong. That's the only thing that goes right is the Murphy's law, which predicts that whatever is meant to go wrong, what will happen to it? It will definitely go wrong. So that is the second thing. Then finally, having understood these two things, I see my own participation. How my own participation, previously with a kind of limited set of beliefs I had, I was putting myself in a cage. And I was thinking, oh, I need somebody to come and save me. You have the keys. No, I don't have the keys. You have the keys right there. I don't know how to operate them. So this is the feeling. So I see now that the delusion has gone. I can clearly see how I am influencing my own situation based on previous, how I was influencing my own situation based on previous limited beliefs, notions, etc. that were making me feel like I was in jail. I can't do this, I'm not capable of this, somebody else should come along and help. All these limiting things are not there. This is Mohanasha. Then, so that is in the first line. Then the next one is what? Aikya Darshanam. So this Aikya Darshanam means oneness. So the discovery of oneness of everything in the universe. Yena what? Yena Jnanena. By which knowledge? The Yena refers to Jnanena. Bhutani. Bhutani means all beings. All beings. Asheshena. Without any residue. Without anyone being left out. All the beings. Bhutani drakshyasi. You will see. Bhutani drakshyasi. Where? Mayi. First level, you will see all beings in me. In me means not Mr. Krishna, Ishvara, Bhagavan. You will see the whole world as though Ashrita, resting on Ishvara, God. You will be successfully able to Ishvarize the entire universe of names and forms. And now that is a word, okay? It will soon come in the dictionary. And with this Ishvarification, you will be fortified from what? Disappointments. Because everything is Ishvara, that is a kavacha, that is a armor that one can wear. It's all Ishvara, it's all Ishvara, it's all Ishvara. There is nothing other than Ishvara. What I see is Ishvara, what I don't see is Ishvara. This can be a open-eyed meditation. You open the eyes and look, whatever is there is Ishvara. Rain, Ishvara. Somebody running, trying not to get wet, Ishvara. And then what else? Clouds, Ishvara. And then the river in spate, Ishvara. Mountains, Ishvara. This is all easy to see. Mountains, rivers don't bother me. Then I can easily, certain aspects or certain forms of Ishvara, very easy to see and very easy to love. Mountains, Ishvara, yay, no problem, I'm there. River, Ishvara, again no problem. And then what else? The annoying neighbor, Ishvara. So here comes the rub. Annoying neighbor, Ishvara. I'm not saying where, whether in your room or whether in the class. I will let you draw all the conclusions. The annoying neighbor is what? Ishvara. No, but they just don't do this and they have to do, they don't keep this clean and they don't do this properly and they don't this. Ishvara. Some people are incarnated specially to exhaust your karma, and so they are doing their job very well. Thank them. Give them some flowers left over from the temple. Just say, here, this is for you. Because they are more than anyone else. They are helping you more than the friends and the well-wishers to grow spiritually. This is what is called drakshasi. It's not like, oh, I'm having vision of Ishvara, don't disturb me, I'm having an Om Shanti moment. That's not what it looks like. That's not what it looks like at all. This is what it is. Slowly, with the eclipse of ignorance, the cataracts of ignorance going from the eyes, the whole world, even though it seems odd, it is indeed God. That is what we have to see. So, anybody bothering me is because I am already bothered. The bothered me is being bothered. The sad me is getting sad. And the annoyed me is getting annoyed. What does that mean? That I am already annoyed somewhere. And the person is hooking into that botheration, hooking into that annoyance. No, but then why should they hook into? Because it is there. Thank them. Because of them, what is happening? I am growing. Because if everything went my way, no spiritual growth, no rub, and nobody to test yourself against. So that's why the 6-month course happens in a group. It's not just for one person or two people. Some 50 people are there, then there are some, what should I say, then you get a polarity massage, okay? And through that, all the kinks are worked out very nicely. So this is where I have the challenge. It's easy to see Ishvara in inanimate things. In fact, everybody goes to a holiday near the water, near the mountains, near the trees. No problem. There, there I don't require this understanding. There I'm fine. Even with pet dogs, cats, cows, goats, which I meet along the way, I can say, so cute, how lovely, look at how nice this fellow is. And no problem. So, bhutani, all living beings also do not present a problem. Of course, snakes, tigers, lions exempted, big cats exempted. But what is here left? What is here left are human beings, highly unpredictable, and seem to get my goat. Even the goat does not get my goat. These people get my goat. Get my goat means become a source of botheration. And so I am able to see Ishvara in and through them once I gain this knowledge. Nobody can rub me the wrong way. I am able to have that tranquility because I am able to be bigger than the problem which confronts me. And what is the problem? Not the other person. My own intolerance, my own annoyance, my own botheration, I am able to overcome. This is what is Aikya Darshanam. First, I see all the beings in Ishvara, in the sense that they are non-separate from Ishvara. First step. Sarvatra Ishvara Darshanam, aka also known as Sarvatma Bhavaha. Sarvatma. It's all Atma, it's all Ishvara. First it is all Ishvara. Without Ishvara this knowledge cannot be gained. It is all Ishvara. So then telling us that that's not the ultimate step, in the verse itself Lord Krishna weaves in Atho Drakshasi Atmani. Atmani Drakshasi. You see these beings in yourself, as yourself. So first you see everything, the whole Jagat is what? Ishvara. The beings are all Ishvara. And who am I? Anishvara, correct? Not Ishvara. No, I am also what? I am a being. I am also non-separate from Ishvara. Then I see that all these beings are non-separate from me. They are all an extension of me. Therefore, I can't be mad at them. They are all an extension of myself alone. Second level of assimilation of the knowledge. First level, everything is Ishvara. Second level, all this is non-separate from me. The whole universe is an extension of me. This must be derived from the Ishavasya Upanishad. ईशावास्यमिदगं सर्वं यत्किञ्चित् जगत्यां जगत्. All that is here, known and unknown, is what? Pervaded by the Lord, pervaded by the all-pervasive Lord, who is not in a location. Even though we say Vaikuntha, heaven, etc., that's just metaphorical, not on the level of knowing, because that makes no sense. Then we have to ask the question why he created and went off to a nice place called heaven, leaving us to fry here in the hot oil of samsara and strife. Then we will not get a satisfactory answer. So therefore, it is the Shastra presents Ishvara as all pervasive and pervading each and every name, each and every form all the time. And I am able to see, I am able to push the override button on the names and forms and see Ishvara, the presence, the hand of Ishvara, the presence of Ishvara everywhere. Then I grow some more and I say, wait a minute, I am also included in this Ishvara, so everything is non-separate from me. So these are, in this first verse, two outcomes of Atma Jnanam have been covered. What are they? Mohanashanam and Aikya Darshanam, having vision of Ishvara. Then the next one is Papanashanam is going to be talked about. This also was interestingly a satsang question yesterday. If Duryodhana came to this knowledge, will he also get it? Sure. And why? This one gives the answer. This verse gives the long answer. Apichet, let us suppose what? Apichet. Let's suppose that you are papebhyah, like Ramebhyah, out of all the papis, out of all the people who do papa. Sarvebhyah, all the people. Papakrit tamaha means you are the worst papi among all the papis. You take so many people who have done the worst papas and let us say you stand out amongst them. You know, you stand out amongst them as not the best but the worst papi. Best among the worst you are. Then even if that is the case, this knowledge frees you from the pain and the sorrow of having done all those papas. The knowledge is like a boat that makes you cross the shark-infested ocean of papa, with each karma phala being a shark. Graha means that whose whole purpose in life is to bite. Okay, and so that's what it is called, graha, the biter. So then this is this shark infested waters, this ocean of papa, and then you are crossing with the Upanishad boat. You have Upanishad boat, and it is let's say a sailboat where all the mantras of the Upanishads are written. You can see, you can visualize mentally like this. And the oars also are what? One is karma, one is upasana, karma yoga and upasana. And then when the shark comes, you can thwack it with the oar. Go away, go away. And this is what are you in? A secure, shark-free All these biting things, crocodile free, shark free, Upanishad protected Jnana boat. Plava means boat. Where have you heard this word plava? Huh? Mundaka. Plavahyate adridahyanyarupaha. But you are also right. We have also seen it in Dhyana Shloka, but I don't know if we have seen the word plava. But the boat image we have seen. Absolutely correct. And we have seen it like that. What is that? Sotirna khalu pandavaihi rananadi kaivartakaha keshavaha. The boatman is Keshava, and the conflict-ridden river was crossed over by the Pandavas only because the boatman was Lord Krishna. So here, Karma Yoga, Upasana, these are the goals, and it's the very secure boat which will not ever spring a leak, which is up to facing the worst tides of samsara. And then the sharks in the form of the karma phala are licking their lips when they see you, and they say, oh, let me have a bite of this, let me do this right now, let me jump. They can jump all they want, but they cannot come near this knowledge. Sarvam jnanaplavena eva. All the papas, sarvam jnanaplavena eva samyak tarishyasi. You will cross this with great ease. Why? Because you have the boat of the Upanishad. How to make the Upanishad boat? Study. That's what it is. The study is of the Upanishad is the boat of the Upanishad. So when you study the Upanishad, it becomes a kavacha, an armor of protection. So this is the apichedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah. Out of all the papis, you are what? Papakrit tamaha. Tamaha means the worst, superlative. Today in the morning we saw another way of constructing the comparative and superlative with the pratyayas iyasun and ishthan. Iyasun becomes iya, like baliya, baliyan, like that. And then ishthan becomes ishtha, variya, varishtha, baliya, balishtha, Dhradiya, Dhradishtha, like that. And that is one way. An easier way, because there you have to worry about all, what is that, sandhis and everything, because they all begin with vowels. If any suffix is beginning with a vowel, beware, because when it joins the other word, it will definitely have sandhis and all these things. So here it is easier, because it begins with consonant. You just take the word, and if you want to make it better, you add tara. If you want to make it best, you add tama. Papakrit taraha means worse than many papis. And then papakrit tamaha means the worst of all the papa producing people. Even then, what will happen? This jnanam is a protection. Okay, all these wonderful metaphors aside, how does this actually take place? How does the Upanishad make me cross over the ocean of Papa? Because the Papa Punya belongs to a different order of reality. Number one. The Papa Punya belongs to the order of reality where you take yourself to be Aham Karta, Aham Bhokta. So I have to reap the benefits or the deficits of whatever I have done. The merits and demerits are waiting for me. All this I have to do. Okay, so this is one reason. One reason is because that I, who thinks of himself, herself as a papi, is no longer in operation. That I has died. This is a new birth, where I see, yes, These are all things done, but I am not the doer. I didn't do them. So therefore, the results of that cannot accrue to this new I which is reborn in the light of the knowledge. It's like getting up from a dream. If you stole money in a dream from somebody, after you wake up, do you go and return to them? No need. Because that was then, this is now. It's a different order of reality. And then the second reason of how the Jnanam absolves one of karma, of papa and punya, is because one already is purna. I have nothing to gain from punya. Why does somebody need punya? Oh my God, there shouldn't be any obstacles. Oh my God, I want this. Oh my God, I have to have this. So better have a arsenal of punya so that I don't have obstacles in my study, so that I don't have obstacles in my life. I forestall the obstacles by prayer. But here, I don't need anything from anybody, including Bhagavan. So therefore, I am not in this place of wanting to produce punya. So that takes care of the punya. And then what about the papa? I see both of them as mithya. I am the one to whom papa and punya, papa and punya are evident to whom? Me. So I am the one to whom they are evident. So therefore, I don't need to do anything because they don't have a hold over me. They are there because I am there. They are not the sharks who are biting me. I have given life to them. So just like I have given life to them, I can make them go away. How to make them go away? You understand that there is no ocean, no boat, nothing. In the Panchadashi 10th chapter, beautifully around the 20th verse or something, it is said, please, after gaining this, a little bit of how to gain this knowledge is given, and then it is advised, please throw away the Upanishad books, the Bhagavad Gita books, the Brahma Sutra books in the river. And when I teach that, I always have to say, we are not at that stage yet. Okay? Because here the knowledge has fulfilled its purpose. The knowledge has fulfilled its purpose. So what use is there? It's like eating chocolate and then the wrapper is still left. You throw that away. Because the wrapper was there to protect the chocolate, it is gone, it is finished. And so like this, the knowledge has fulfilled its purpose to show that the karma is mithya. Mithya cannot affect the satyam, just like my own shadow cannot affect me. So therefore, papas are all gone and there is no guilt. Papa means guilt. All the guilt is gone, all the hurt is gone, all the papas are gone because of this knowledge. So that is the third outcome of Atmadhyana. Then the last outcome is given in the 37th verse. Again a very beautiful metaphor. Yatha, in which manner, edhamsi, fuel. Edha, edhasi, edhamsi, neuter. Edhas means fuel. So just like the fuel, samidhognihi. So just like the fuel, what happens to the fuel? It's burnt up. By what? The samidhaha, samyak idhaha, well-tended fire. Well-tended. Indhanam, idh means to light, to tend. So a well-nurtured fire, what happens to a well-nurtured fire? All the tongues come out. We even know the names of they are sometimes seen as the wives of fire, 7 wives, 7 tongues. Kali, Karali, all of them are coming out, all 7 of them. This is called the well-tended fire. And in the well-tended fire, you throw 2-3 logs of wood. What happens? It is totally consumed. It is burnt to ashes. Not a single residue is left. Yatha edhamsi samid edhamsi, second case. So just as the fuel is burnt by what? Just as the fire, a well-lit fire burns the fuel, then that is the metaphor. Then the Darshtanta, O Arjuna, Bhasmasat Kurute, makes it into ashes, converts it into ashes. The pratyaya is sat. There is a sutra, sati kartsnye, means sati kartsnye, Paninian sutra, which means the pratyaya sat is to be used when the what is conveyed by the word to which it is attached is total. Bhasmasat, nothing but bhasma. Like not even a piece, a twig will be left. It is nothing but bhasma. So total bhasmi karanam, you can use this pratyaya, bhasmasat kurte. So that is a particular pratyaya. It is used here to show the total destruction of the wood by the well-tended fire. Okay, and then that is the drishtanta. Now for the darshtanta. What is darshtanta? That which is exemplified. So yatha, tatha comes at the end, don't miss it. Tatha, in the same manner, jnanagnihi, the fire of knowledge, sarva karmani, all the karmas, bhasmasat kurute, makes it into ashes, totally makes it into ashes. This seems, when you hear the translation, it seems like a repetition, does it not? Because we already saw that you are sailing through the ocean of Papa very comfortably. Why? Because you are in the Upanishad boat, and so all the Papas are destroyed. And here, what's the difference between Papa Nasha and Sarva Karma Nasha? Because the Punyas are still left behind. You can't just say Papas are destroyed and it is enough. Punyas, according to the Bhagavad Gita, according to the Shastra also, first it may give happiness. When? In the beginning. After that it will give what? Sorrow. The happiness quickly and then sorrow at leisure, so that nicely you can suffer. But how does that happen? Happiness quickly, sorrow later means what? Because punya gives a pleasant experience. And the pleasant experience, you want to make it linger. But the punya is over, so you can't make it linger. And when you can't make it linger, what happens? Sorrow comes. This is what happens. Any punya you take, immediately it is over. Even the punya that takes you to heaven, takes a person to heaven. Tetam bhuktva sargalokam vishalam. Having gone there and enjoyed the swarga, kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. Punya exhausted, they come back to the world of mortals. So, punya exhausted, what? They come back. And then when you come back, what? That's why every newborn baby perhaps cries. It was interrupted from attending a Urvashi concert, Menaka dance, dance drama, something. And it says, oh no, here I am again. So punya, it gives pleasant experiences, but being finite, it leaves one longing for more. It also converts to sorrow, and it also wants you to keep on extending the punya. That's why the punya also is gone. Just like even in the, you can even take like this, the jnani is like a burnt log. Burnt log, meaning you can see the shape of the log. And then in the ashes you can see the shape of the log, you can see the curve in the wood, you can see how big it is, everything. But then you can't pick it up and then try to start another fire. It is just ashes. That is how it is. For all practical purposes, the jnani's body continues. But really speaking, there is no papa, no punya. The person is Ishvara alone, non-separate from Ishvara. In this manner, the purpose, the fourfold purpose of Atma Jnanam are given in verses 35 to 37 along with its glory. And furthermore, in the next verse also, the glory of the Jnanam this section is concluded by talking about the glory of Atma Jnanam. Nahi jnanena sadrisham पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति विन्दति gains where Atmani, in one's heart. Atmani is not Satchidananda Atma here. In one's heart, in one's mind, gains. When Swakalena, Swayam Kalena, in time one gains the knowledge, meaning don't be impatient, don't be restless, it will come. If you are a sincere seeker, the knowledge will definitely, certainly, positively come. Like Sanskrit. It will come. Don't despair and have patience. It will definitely come. But when? Yoga samsiddha. For whom will it come first? Yoga samsiddha. Samsiddha, nicely prepared. Prepared by what? Yoga. What is yoga? Karma yoga. And upasana. In other words, chitta shuddhi. The purification of raga dveshas in the heart is called chitta shuddhi, and chitta naischalyam, the ability to focus. The ability to focus comes from meditation, and the cleansing of the heart of strong preferences and prejudices comes from a life of awareness of Ishvara in everything that one does, and a prayerful attitude towards one's work, and an attitude of glad acceptance. This is what is called Karma Yoga. Not just yoga, Karma Yoga and Upasana together prepares the mind for Atma Jnanam. Okay, so prepares the mind for Atma Jnanam. And so Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham. Why? Because Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham Pavitram Iha Vidyate. There is no purifying agent other than Atma Jnana. Whatever you do, many kind of cleansers are available in the market. There is soap of various kinds, there is scrubbing solutions, everything. But nothing compares to Atma Jnana. And what does it do? It just makes everything disappear. Everything that is bothering me goes away. Papa Punya goes away. Fear, sorrow goes away. Leaving in its wake the shining self, free of pain and full of its own glory, Purna, limitless, complete. And so, this is why to study the Atma Jnana. So, in other words, don't expect the Jnanam to come without preparation. Vedanta is very funny. If you gain, it's all like this. If you don't gain the knowledge, then who is the problem? If I don't gain the knowledge, I am the problem. Why am I the problem? Because I don't have readiness, I don't have karma yoga, I didn't do enough upasana, I don't have the preparation, I don't have the qualifications. Let's say you get the knowledge, then who gets the credit? Guru. Guru gets the credit. Parampara gets the credit. Unfair, but that's how it is. So here Lord Krishna is reminding the onus of preparation is on you, Arjuna. Yoga samsiddha eva gacchati. Not anyah, not any other person. Only the one whose mind is readied by karma yoga and upasana, chitta shuddhi, cleansing of the heart, chitta naishchalyam, focus, and concentration. That's the one who attains this knowledge. Then some sadhanas are given. So sadhanas are given to gain this knowledge. There are, Lord Krishna is aware that you have studied the Tattva Bodha and you know all the qualifications. Viveka, check. Vairagya, check. Shamadhama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. 6 checks. And then Mumukshutvam, all these things. Lord Krishna is aware that you have already studied, so he doesn't want to repeat them. So therefore he takes 1 or 2 things that really seal the deal. And what is that? Shraddha. Shraddha, and then Tatparata. Tatparata means the readiness for this knowledge. The committed, devoted student is called Tatparaha. Tat being Brahman, Paraha means focus towards that. Tatparaha. The one whose goal is Tat. Tat eva Paraha Yasya Saha. So the one for whom the goal itself is Brahman, nothing else. And then Indriya Nigraha, Samyatendriya, the one whose sense organs are tamed, the one who has self-mastery over the reactivity of the sense organs. These 3 things are highlighted because they are extremely important. Let us read. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Tatparah sanyatendriyah. Jnanam labdhva param shantim. Achirenadhigacchati. Very important verse. We can mark this as one of the really important verses in the entire Bhagavad Gita, not just the 4th chapter. Often quoted by Adi Shankara also. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Shraddhavan. Van means wala. So, the one who has, the one who is equipped with Shraddha gains jnanam. No Shraddha, no jnanam. Yes Shraddha, yes jnanam. Why is Shraddha highlighted? Because that is a deal maker or a deal breaker. That is what it is. Without Shraddha, the knowledge cannot take place. Shraddha is not just an empty belief. It is regaining the trust that was lost in childhood. Universally. Everybody trusted, and at some point everybody said, this is a terrible world that we are living in. We can't trust anybody. Better take care of myself. This is a dog-eat-dog world. It is competitive. It is unfair. I better protect myself. So, the jiva becomes a ninja jiva, offensive and defensive all the time. And so such a person, then because of some punya working overtime, what does the person say? Let me go to a 6-month course, and goes and plonks themselves in a 6-month course. What will happen? Nothing, of course. Okay? Because the Shraddha is not there. that same defiance, the same I am the only one I can rely on, nobody else. And who is this I? This sad little ahankara. This is the I. I am the only one I can rely on, no one else I can trust. And so such a person will not be ready, may be sitting in the class, may have cent% attendance, but I can't even say the knowledge is going through one ear and coming out the other. The knowledge is going through one ear and boomeranging back to the teacher. And because it can't even go past that. Because there are walls I have put up. I have put up various kinds of walls. How do I believe you? How do you know this is the only way? Why can't I intuit the Vedanta? Why can't I experience Vedanta? Where is this Brahman that you keep talking about? Why can't I have a Brahman moment? What is wrong with, if I have a Brahman moment, why are you getting jealous? Why do you keep saying Brahman is not a moment? And what is, how else should Brahman be experienced? All these things, they come like a tsunami and denying the jnana prasada. It's not that the prasada is given, the prasada doesn't reach, or the prasada is rejected, or the prasada is just there, it's not even recognized. It's not recognized, its value is not recognized. So how to correct that, we will see in the next class tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.